Picture this. You're ready to downsize, escape the mortgage trap, and finally own a home debt-free. But here's the million-dollar question, or should I say the $60,000 question. Should you go with a tiny house or a small barndominium? I spent the last 2 weeks diving deep into 2026 pricing data from actual builders, and what I discovered will shock you. The answer isn't what most people think, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which option saves you more money. Plus, I'm going to share verified companies where you can actually purchase both options, so stick around till the end because this information could save you tens of thousands of dollars. Before we dive in, do me a quick favor. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because I'm breaking down alternative housing costs every week, and you don't want to miss the next one. Now let's get into the real numbers. So here's the deal. Both tiny houses and small barndominiums promise affordable living, but they're completely different animals. I'm talking different construction methods, different costs per square foot, different zoning challenges, and wildly different long-term value. Most YouTube videos give you fluffy estimates, but today I'm showing you actual 2026 pricing from real builders, real projects, and real costs that you'll face. No BS, just honest numbers. The basics, what are we comparing? Let's level set. When I say tiny house, I'm talking about homes between 100 to 400 square feet, usually on wheels or a foundation. Most tiny houses average around 300 square feet. When I say small barndominium, I'm talking about 600 to 1,200 square feet of metal building construction with living space, often with a small workshop or garage included. These are completely different size categories, which is why the cost comparison gets interesting. You're not comparing apples to apples here, but for people trying to escape traditional housing costs, these are the two main options on the table. Tiny house costs, the 2026 reality. Let's start with tiny houses because the numbers might surprise you. According to 2026 data, the average tiny house costs between $30,000 and $70,000 to build, with a national average sitting at $45,000. But here's where it gets expensive, the cost per square foot. Tiny houses run $150 to $450 per square foot. Yes, you heard that right. That's actually higher per square foot than traditional homes, which average $150 to $215 per square foot. Why? Because you still need a full kitchen, a full bathroom, electrical, plumbing, and HVAC, but you're cramming it all into 300 square feet. Those fixed costs don't shrink just because your house is tiny. Let me break down a real 300 square foot tiny house build for 2026. A prefab tiny house at 300 square feet costs $45,000 to $75,000, which works out to $150 to $250 per square foot. A custom-built tiny house at the same size runs $75,000 to $135,000, or $250 to $450 per square foot. That's custom work, unique layouts, premium materials. But wait, there's more costs. If you're putting on a trailer, add $4,825 to $9,000 for a quality trailer. If you want a foundation instead, that's $7,000 to $10,000 plus land costs. Utilities connection can add another $5,000 to $15,000 depending on your location. Permits run $500 to $2,000, and in some states much more. So a realistic total for a tiny house on wheels, fully finished and ready to live in, runs $50,000 to $85,000 for most people. Foundation-based tiny houses push closer to $55,000 to $100,000 when you include site prep and connections. Small barndominium costs, the 2026 numbers. Now let's talk small barndominiums. This is where things get interesting from a value perspective. For a small 30 by 40 barndominium, which is 1,200 square feet, here's what 2026 pricing looks like. The shell kit package runs $18,000 to $28,000 for the basic steel structure. Foundation costs $7,200 to $16,800 for a concrete slab. Shell assembly and erection costs $4,000 to $8,000 if you hire it out. That gives you a weatherproof shell for $29,200 to $52,800. Now for interior finishing, budget builds run $40 to $75 per square foot, Mid-range finishes cost $75 to $150 per square foot, and high-end work runs $150 to $200 per square foot. Let's do the math on a 1,200 square foot small barndominium with mid-range finishes. Shell costs $40,000 average. Interior finishing at $100 per square foot equals $120,000. Utilities and permits add $8,000. Site prep and driveway cost $5,000. Total turnkey cost runs approximately $173,000 or $144 per square foot. But here's the game changer. If you build an even smaller barndominium at 600 square feet, which is still double the size of most tiny houses, your shell costs about $15,000 to $20,000. And with basic finishes at $60 per square foot, you're looking at $36,000 for interior work. Add $10,000 for foundation, permits, and utilities, and you're at $61,000 to $66,000 total for a fully finished 600 square foot barndominium. The real comparison, 600 square feet. Let me make this crystal clear with a direct comparison. For the same $60,000 to $70,000 budget, here's what you actually get. Tiny house at 300 square feet. Custom or high-end prefab tiny house, usually on wheels, with 300 square feet of living space. One loft bedroom, tiny bathroom, compact kitchen, minimal storage. You're living in essentially one room with a bathroom. Small barndominium at 600 square feet. Permanent structure with foundation. Double the square footage at 600 square feet. Room for 1 or 2 actual bedrooms with doors. Full-size kitchen. Regular bathroom. Storage space. Option to add small shop or garage area. You're living in an actual small home. For the same money, you get double the space with a barndominium. That's the headline right there. Cost per square foot breakdown. Let's talk cost per square foot because this is where barndominiums dominate. Tiny houses cost $150 to $450 per square foot in 2026. Small barndominiums cost $65 to $160 per square foot, with most quality builds landing at $100 to $145 per square foot. Why the huge difference? Scale and efficiency. Barndominium construction uses prefab metal kits with simple assembly. There are no complex trailer builds, no special RV-style systems, no load-bearing wall challenges. You're essentially building a small warehouse and finishing the interior, which is far more cost-efficient. Tiny houses are essentially custom RVs. Everything is miniaturized, custom-fitted, and space-optimized, which drives up labor costs massively. You're paying cabinet makers to build tiny custom cabinets. You're paying for specialty appliances. You're paying for creative solutions to fit everything in. That all costs money. Hidden costs nobody talks about. Tiny houses come with hidden costs that builders don't advertise. Moving costs run $200 to $5,000 depending on distance. RV park or tiny house community fees cost $300 to $800 per month in many areas. Depreciation is real. Tiny houses on wheels depreciate like RVs, losing value over time. Insurance is tricky. Many standard home insurance policies won't cover tiny houses, requiring specialty RV insurance. Financing is nearly impossible with traditional mortgages. Most people pay cash or use personal loans at higher interest rates. Barndominiums have different challenges. You need land, which adds cost, but you also build equity. Zoning can be restrictive in some areas, requiring residential or agricultural zoning. Resale market is smaller than traditional homes, but larger than tiny houses. But here's the crucial difference. Barndominiums on permanent foundations qualify for traditional mortgages in most areas and build equity like regular homes. Tiny houses on wheels do not. That's a massive financial difference. Long-term value and resale. Let's talk about what happens 5 or 10 years down the road. Tiny houses on wheels depreciate. According to 2026 market data, they lose value similar to RVs, typically 3 to 5% per year. A $60,000 tiny house might be worth $45,000 to $50,000 after 5 years. Tiny houses on foundations hold value better, but there's still a niche market with limited buyers. Small barndominiums on permanent foundations typically appreciate with the land, following local real estate trends. In growing rural areas, they can increase in value. They're easier to sell because they qualify for traditional financing, appealing to more buyers. The barndominium market has grown significantly, with more buyers actively seeking them out in 2026. The lifestyle differences. Money isn't everything. Let's talk about actual living. In a 300 square foot tiny house, you're living an extreme minimalist lifestyle. Everything you own must fit in that space. You're climbing a ladder to your bed every night. You have no room for hobbies, projects, or storage. Entertaining guests is basically impossible. In a 600 to 1,200 square foot small barndominium, you have actual rooms with doors, space for a real bed and a real bedroom, a full kitchen where you can actually cook, room for a home office, storage space for your belongings, and the option to have a small workshop or hobby area. You're living in a small house, not a mobile bedroom. When tiny houses make sense. Look, I'm not saying tiny houses are bad. They make perfect sense in specific situations. If you need mobility and plan to travel, a tiny house on wheels is your only option. If you're living in an expensive city and found a legal parking spot, tiny houses can work. If you're truly committed to extreme minimalism and want to own almost nothing, tiny houses deliver that lifestyle. If you found an amazing tiny house community with low lot fees, the total monthly cost can be very low. But for most people looking to own an affordable permanent home, tiny houses are actually more expensive per square foot and offer way less space. When small barndominiums win. Small barndominiums are the better financial choice when you own land or can afford to buy a small rural lot. You want to build equity and own real property. You need more than 400 square feet to live comfortably. You want the option to expand later without moving. You want traditional financing options, or you want space for a workshop, garage, or home business. The truth is, for anyone who can buy or already owns land, a small barndominium gives you way more value per dollar spent. The companies, where to actually buy. All right, I promise you verified companies. So here they are. 4 small barndominiums. Check out Worldwide Steel Buildings. They offer DIY-friendly barndominium kits starting at $15,000 to $20,000 for small sizes, with complete design support. The Barndo Co. builds custom barndominiums with full service including design, permits, and construction, based in multiple states with transparent pricing. Deer Valley Home Builders offers modular barndominiums. They're factory-built and delivered, with faster build times and quality control. 4 Tiny Houses. Tumbleweed Tiny House Company is one of the oldest and most reputable tiny house builders with models from 26 to 30 feet, prices starting around $70,000 to $130,000, and they offer financing options. Incredible Tiny Homes, based in Tennessee, builds quality tiny houses from $59,900 up, with multiple models and customization options. Tiny Home Builders has been in business for over 12 years, offering trailers, plans, and complete builds. Plus, they have an active marketplace for pre-owned tiny houses. All of these companies are verified, licensed, and have real customer reviews. I'm not sponsored by any of them. These are just the companies I found with solid reputations in 2026. So is a small barndominium cheaper than a tiny house? Here's my honest answer. Per square foot, absolutely not. Barndominiums cost less per square foot. For total project cost, it depends on size. A 600 square foot barndominium costs about the same as a nice 300 square foot tiny house, but you get double the space. For long-term value, barndominiums win because they appreciate with land while tiny houses on wheels depreciate. The real question isn't which is cheaper, it's which gives you better value for your money. And in 2026, if you can secure land, a small barndominium gives you way more house for your dollar. You get double or triple the space for similar or even less total cost. You build real equity, you have expansion options, and you live in an actual home, not a glorified RV. But if mobility matters more than square footage, or if you found an incredible tiny house spot in an expensive city, then tiny houses can absolutely work for your situation. That's the honest truth nobody else is telling you. Both options can help you escape traditional housing costs, but they serve different purposes. Before you make this decision, run the real numbers for your situation, Visit both types of homes if possible, talk to people actually living in them, and be honest about your lifestyle needs. If this breakdown helped you, smash that like button and drop a comment telling me which option you're leaning toward and why. And don't forget to subscribe because next week I'm breaking down Barndominium financing options that most people don't know exist. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.